All right, we are live here. Sorry about that. I can't see what's going on the computer, but we are here at Sacred Heart with Notre Dame Prep against Joe Barlow. We'll go more into the teams after we get to the middle half of this inning. So Barlow's up to bat here. The count is 1-2, no outs, top half of the first inning here. And there's a foul ball. So I know you have the lineups for us, Ivy.
Yes, so this is Morgan Ross, number 3, leading off the inning for Joel Barlow. 1-2 count still.
Who's the pitcher? I thought you had their.
I don't have their name. All right, we're going to find out who the pitcher is right now. Pitcher is
As there's one out.
number 14, Mackenzie Revere, is pitching for Notre Dame. And we have one out. And now we have Jimenez up to bat. Here comes the pitch, and upstairs. And that one's high. Looks like she hit it off her hands. Bobbled by the first baseman. The second baseman is there to recover and get the out. We have 2 outs here now in the top of the first inning for Notre Dame. Now we have the 3 batter up here for Joel Barlow. And that pitch is also upstairs. We have 2 outs here if you're just joining us in the top of the first inning for Notre Dame. And another pitch upstairs. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And it's a strike down low. And strike 2.
It was right down the middle of the plate here. We got nice seats here, so we can see what's going on very easily.
Yeah, some nice stadium seating we have here at Sacred Heart.
Wish there was a little more shade, but
I'm not
straight.
complaining.
Yeah. So
And that's
that'll.
out number 3.
Yeah. So for those joining us, welcome to Project Purple Sports. We are live here with Notre Dame Lancers coming in at 2-6, taking on the Joel Barlow Falcons at 5-6. These are teams that we saw matched up when we were here doing football back in the fall. Obviously, softball is a different sport, but we've seen these programs before, and we've been covering Notre Dame prep pretty extensively throughout the basketball season, football, soccer, volleyball. Um, but for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time and want to know who's Project Purple, Project Purple is a Connecticut-based nonprofit organization that empowers the fight against pancreatic cancer. Our unwavering commitment is fueled by our pursuit of raising awareness, driving crucial research, and providing aid for patients battling this disease. Since our founding in 2010, we've been leading the charge, pioneering advancements, and bringing hope to those affected by pancreatic cancer. We are committed to making a real impact in the fight against pancreatic cancer. Our initiatives include research funding, patient support, and community outreach. Our results speak for themselves. To learn more about Project Purple, visit projectpurple.org and make sure to follow us wherever you are on social media. Together, we can create a world without pancreatic cancer. And for those looking to get involved with Project Purple Sports, we have a brand new website courtesy of Sam DaCosta. Visit projectpurple.org/sports to learn more. So we're getting ready for the bottom half of the first inning here. Notre Dame will come up to bat for the first time.
And we are starting off the inning here with Alexis Rivera. A lefty, looks like she might slap. She's choking up a little bit. She's back in the box, and there she goes for the bunt.
Oh,
Oh,
that was fair. It didn't go over the white line, no?
no, I think he said dead ball.
Did she leave the box too early?
No, it didn't look like it.
I
See
was
what
actually,
the coach is going to say to the umpire. He's explaining it.
because she picked it up in fair territory.
Right. He's saying something about the way she had the bat when she was bunting.
Is that a thing? You need to hold the bat a specific way when you bunt?
No. Oh,
They called her out?
well, they called her out. I don't know if maybe she was out of the box or her bat was in front of the box. That's why they called her out. I'm not really sure what happened there. But we have our second batter up here, which is Victoria Maillard.
That's a very unfortunate start here. I mean, that looked like a perfect, well-placed bunt down the sideline. Not the sideline, as
Oh, that's
actually.
right into right field there. Easy does it down to first base.
So they would have looked at having first and second or potentially runners on the corners there had they not gotten called out for that first slap bunt.
Let's see. I don't even know what to put in the book here. I guess I'm just going to put dead ball. Now we have our third batter up here. It is Arabella Holton. Let's see, Notre Dame is 2-6 on the season right now. Their league record is 0-5. And this, I think this is a league game for them.
Yeah,
Home they're 0-2 and away they're 2-4. So we'll see if they could get that record up to 1-2 today. We have 2 balls and 1 strike here on Bella.
I feel like I must have missed one of those, and I had it count at 1-1.
It's upstairs. A 3-1 count.
So, you played softball at that college level? Do you see a lot of stolen bases in softball when the ball doesn't get away from the catcher, or
Not really. Not unless they're super, super fast or the hitter's going to show bunt so that the girl on first can steal a base, but it's pretty rare if the ball doesn't get away from the catcher. But I mean, at the high school level, it's different because these catchers don't have as good of arms. So for some of these girls, it could be pretty easy to steal.
I was gonna say when I played baseball, I was running circles around the bases.
Was that Little League?
No, oh, they're gonna double her off
Oh.
here. Oh,
Oh,
uh,
close. And that was right into the glove of Joel Barlow's third baseman, which is, don't have her number here. What's her number?
does 10 sound about right?
Yeah, Esposito.
So
No, I
I
think she was
oh,
playing
10's actually
first.
on first base. Yeah,
Yeah, she's playing first. I can't see her number.
there we
15.
go. There's a stolen base. So what I will say though is if the first baseman stayed on the bag, they might have had a chance to double up um, Maillard there.
Mhm.
She didn't stay on the bag, which is granted. I actually used to play first, so they tell you to no. That was the position I played. Long story, we won't get into that, but you're only supposed to get off the bag if the ball's thrown away, just to prevent it from going to the backstop. It looked like it was a good throw, as the pitches were lined
Oh,
up the middle, and
let's
they're gonna
see if she
make the
goes home. Oh,
oh.
we're gonna make the throw, but she did not want. Coach did not want her to come home.
I would have sent her. To be completely honest with you, it was a soft hit. Well, it was softly up the middle, tough play for the second baseman to make there off of the pitcher's glove.
That was line drive.
I'm actually gonna. bringing a pinch runner here, so that's going to be Yasmiri Polanco to pinch run. So I guess do you ever do like double steals in softball? I know there's two outs, but potentially send the runner,
Very
especially if it's
rarely.
a pinch runner too, maybe.
Eh, very rarely.
Well, I guess you have. This isn't their four batter. This is five.
Yep, this is 5.
So this is
Sophia.
the power part of your lineup, and
Mhm. And it'll
well,
be right to second base. And 3 outs.
so we will head into the top half of the second inning, 0-0. And as you were talking about Notre Dame's schedule to start the season, I mean, they played Amity tough on the road, and then they won in Norwalk, but then they ran into Brookfield, and Brookfield beat them 20-0. They did get a 17-1 win over O'Brien Tech, lost to Bethel, lost to New Milford, lost to Immaculate, and then lost to Massac. On the other end, Barlow, they lost to Bethel to start the season, then they beat Weston 18-17, 18-7. Then they beat Harding by 20, 21-1, lost to Colby, beat Bassick 16-1, beat Abbott Tech 21-9, won against West Hill, lost against Immaculate, and then, like Notre Dame Prep, they lost to Brookfield, not 20-0, but 15-0. Then they lost to Newtown 21-0, and then lost 5-14. So I will say Barlow looks like they can at least score more runs. Looks like Notre Dame's a little more reliant on their defense and pitching. We do know that their pitcher actually signed with Lackawanna College, so congratulations to Mackenzie Revere. She'll be playing at that next level. And actually, they also had a baseball player signed today. And from basketball, Tristan Jones. Shout out to him. He signed, he's playing at Springfield for football.
Nice. All right, now we have number 12 here. She's in the 4 spot. And she throws that first pitch in there for a strike.
What we should do is, since we're behind, we should have brought a radar gun.
That's illegal, I think.
For us to bring a radar gun to see what her speed is?
I don't know. You're not. They have some weird rules about that. You're not supposed to. No, to pitch is upstairs. She looked like she kind of wanted to go for it.
How fast do you think she's thrown?
Mm, can't really tell from here. I would say probably mid 50s, maybe.
No, you pitched. Did you pitch lefty or righty? I forget we were talking about it the other day.
Righty. So I throw righty and I just hit lefty. Lefty's the only, or hitting is the only thing I do lefty.
So, as someone who pitched in high school, is there like specific approaches you have to different batters and different like scenarios in the game, or did you just go in and throw gas?
Well, me personally, I kind of worked with my catcher. She would call pitches for me. But I mean, now, especially in high school, college, a lot of these, they have coaches specifically for pitching and they call everything for the catcher. So it does look like the catcher might be getting a sign from the coach and then they look at their wristbands there when she relays it to the pitcher. But that was a drop third strike and she's going to be out at first base for the first out here. Now we have number 18. She is our 5 hitter here. Unfortunately, I do not have any names for Joel Barlow because they're I couldn't read them. I have some names, but I couldn't really read them, and none of their numbers are written on the paper, so I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I have the same issue. I mean, what's nice is when the coaches put in the numbers of their players into the rosters. It always makes it a lot easier for us.
Yeah, it is pretty helpful. Oh, that was a little bit of an outside strike. Umpire lights there. That's an 0-2 count here for number 12. Or
That was
no,
a
I'm sorry, number 18.
that was a pitcher's pitch.
Definitely. Well, she tried to hit that spot again, but a little higher up. She could definitely hit her spots. It looks like she knows what she's trying to do. That was a nice pitch. Same spot. It's that low outside corner. And that is the second out there.
So another question for you here about pitching, because I know it varies with baseball. You can have different kind of windups and throwing angles as in MLB, but for softballs, is it all relatively the same or?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you probably don't even have to do the wind up, but I mean, now in high school, I think you just have to have one foot on the rubber. And the umpire says that she went on that pitch there, so she's going to start off here with a strike. Number 2, this is Peters. Um, but yeah, I mean, no, there's some girls that can like let go of the ball when they're at the top of their wind up, and it'll trick the batters. I don't know if you've ever seen videos of that, but it's pretty cool.
No, I have not. But that's why I was asking because I feel like as that'll be strike three, then that'll end the inning there. So Notre Dame will go get the bats ready. I feel like when you're pitching, right, in softball, it's relatively the same mechanics. It's not like you can change your arm angle because it's like that windmill motion. Whereas in the MLB, you can have a higher arm angle or a lower arm angle, which is
Right.
kind of interesting.
Yeah, I mean, in softball, you're just gonna hurt yourself if your arm goes out of that wind up. So, yeah, and we have number 8. Molly is going to start off for us here.
I will say it is absolutely beautiful here. It's
It is. It's so nice. They have such a nice campus, and this is such a nice facility. And thankfully, it's a beautiful day too.
yeah, I wish it would have been a little bit cooler. Um, I'm starting to get like sweating a ton over here. So
I love it. Ooh, and that one is going
I think
to
it's gonna
be not caught by the right fielder. She's gonna go to second base,
go
and
three.
she's turning. She's gonna stay on second base there.
So we're actually gonna get to see a pitcher on pitcher matchup right here.
Oh yeah. See what Mackenzie Rivera can do here. And it's gonna be a foul tip.
Foul. Didn't see much contact.
I didn't either. It seems like she swung and missed.
Oh, it's coming to me. Oh, almost got a souvenir up here.
And we are 0-2 here on Mackenzie. And here comes the pitch.
It's
That is a ball low and outside.
man, this is where I would just go steal third to see if you can I know you don't want to make the first out at third base, but catch the catcher off guard.
Oof, that was tough. It's
Nice
good.
pitch there.
That was a good pitch.
So when you pitched, what were your kind of your pitches, right? You probably at your fastball. Do you throw a riser, changeup?
I had a rise. My change wasn't really that good, but it was there sometimes. And then I also threw a two seam, which spun like insane. But I started working on a curve, but I only pitched in high school, so for me it just wasn't really worth it to, go to a pitching coach and get all that extra help because I knew I wasn't going to pitch in college.
So for your two seam, it spun differently than your normal fastball.
Yeah,
And
because of the way I held it
which way did it spin? Like,
to the right,
so
which
it ran away from right-handed batters, ran into left-handed batters.
yes,
Okay, interesting. I think it's cool to, like kind of understand what's going on in some of these in the pitcher's head, and 'cause that'll be grounded to shortstop,
ooh,
dropped, looking to make a play, and it won't be in time. They're gonna go to third now. So
hmm,
safe all around, runners in the corner there.
that'll be an E6 there.
And so one out, a duck on the pond here for Carmen Hernandez. A chance to get Notre Dame prep on the board first.
Oh, strike. That was a little high.
Looks like he has kind of a bit of a wider strike zone,
Yeah,
being in
I'd
that
say.
outside corner. We haven't seen many inside pitches called, but that
Ooh, and
may
then
get a
the
run. Yeah,
double
no.
play here for Joel Barlow, the shortstop, number 3.
Well, just like that, they were in a position where they had a chance of potentially scoring some runs. Wiped off the board with that double play from Barlow. So at the end of two, 0-0. It's been a pitcher's duel so far. Minimal hitting.
Now we have number 7 that is going to come up to bat for Joel Barlow here. And we still have a 0-0 game in the top of the third.
I feel like by the end of this game, I'm going to be stuck to this chair.
Well, and we're only going to have one side of our bodies tanned because
It's
the
all
sun
right.
is on our right.
I just got over. So, for those of you, we just had two huge teams run for us, one in Boston and run one in London. So those teams combined raised over $500,000 for our mission. So shout out to them. But
Woohoo!
Boston on Monday, I was there and I got absolutely fried and sunburned. And now I finally stopped peeling and I'm back in the sun again with no
Thank
cover.
God. Zach's skin was falling off everywhere in the
Thanks.
office.
Yeah. All right. And anyways, we have the top of the third here. Barlow comes to bat. Veer will start off with an outside low corner strike. I will say the not a lot of inside pitches, but he's been letting that outside corner get expanded a bit.
Yeah, he does like that outside corner. My worst nightmare when I was playing.
When you were batting,
When I was playing. If I
I
was
know, but I'm
batting.
saying when you were hitting.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if it was outside for me, these would all be inside, but
Well, what makes it most difficult as a hitter covering the outside corner? Because I always had trouble with the inside corner of the plate when I would hit.
I mean, for me personally, I never really stood too close to the plate anyways, so I had to get a longer bat. So like when I was in college, I swung a 34-inch bat, which is pretty long. Nowadays, even when I was coaching some high school girls, they were swinging 32s. Even in college, some of my teammates were swinging 32s, and I was using a 34 just so that I could reach that outside corner. So, I mean, I guess just stepping to the ball is the biggest thing, but I mean, these girls have to adjust if he's going to keep calling that outside corner and really step to it. So,
I felt like it was always easier to cover that outside corner. I mean, maybe not for some people, but I guess maybe the way my stance was, I just felt that it was always easier than getting tied up and jammed inside. I guess it's preference, it's hitting, right? Everyone's stance is different.
yeah, definitely personal preference. That'll be an easy out there for the first baseman for Notre Dame.
So, another question for you here. Do they always clap hands after an out?
That'll, I think it just depends
I was
on
just
what the
asking.
team does. You mean Notre Dame?
Yeah, well, no, just in general. I don't know. You played softball. I know in baseball it's thrown around the horn. Do you guys do that or?
Yeah, some teams do. I think it really just depends on, what the girls come up with. In high school, we all used to uh, go around the pitcher and like say a little something. Um, so yeah, I guess it just depends.
Interesting. Well, two outs here, two strikes. Revere looking to end the inning. I go fastball upstairs.
Ooh,
Oh,
down the middle for strike three.
well, it's been pretty quick 3 innings. We actually got a helicopter in there. I don't know if it's getting picked up in the stream right now, but
All right, let's see who is going to start off here for Notre Dame. We are back at the top of the lineup here. We have Alexis leading us off, and she's the one who had that dead ball in the first inning. Oh, actually, I see that she was bunting lefty, so if she is going to bunt or slap, then she must stay on the left side of the batter's box. So coach is having her on the right side now.
switch
Guess,
hitter.
yeah.
Impressive.
Well, I mean, switch bunter.
What do you mean? So do they only
That was
teach
a high
everyone to?
strike.
Wait a minute. So are you saying in softball, yeah, that is a strike. You can only bunt lefty?
No.
Oh, well then you
Well,
just
no, I mean, her coach must just, maybe she's fast, so when she bunts, she just has her on the left side of the batter's box.
so you think they taught her to hit left or bunt lefty?
Probably.
Wasn't
It's
this?
pretty common. It's the same as like slapping. Like some girls actually are right-handed hitters, but they teach them how to slap, so they go lefty all the time. But they could also hit righty.
You know what I will say is because we did a good amount of softball last year with Seymour, we had Woodland, we had Naugatuck. We didn't see a lot of slapping or bunting. I don't know if it's just it depends on the high school game, but I feel like when you watch college softball, you see it quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not as common in high school. I feel like it's more prevalent in college, probably because it could be a little bit more difficult to score runs, um, especially when you have these big time, you know, pitchers that are from down south that pitch a million times a day. It could be difficult, but sometimes slapping could be easier, and bunting is definitely easier. So she's gonna take a walk there. And now we have the second batter up, number 1, Victoria. She is a junior.
She got that first inning started, right? Did she get on with a single?
Oh, might get see a double play here. Save.
Oh,
Her foot came off the bag. So that was. Oh.
FC, fielder's
Mm.
choice. I want to see someone hit one out here. Actually, shout out to Seymour Boys baseball team yesterday. They played as that's going to be lifted way
Ooh.
back to the warning track, and that'll be caught. So as soon as I almost called for a home run there, it was almost hit out. But as I was saying, shout out to the Seymour Boys baseball team. We covered them last week. They had a tough one. They got mercied in sixth, but they bounced back and beat a good Holy Cross team who is atop of the NVL for boys baseball. They beat them 9-3 when I was there yesterday briefly. Colby Ruggiero hit a home run there, and that's going to be roped down the line but foul. So shout out to them. We'll be back in Seymour to do Seymour Oxford May 12th, which that'll be our first Seymour Oxford rivalry game. And
Woohoo.
yeah, we've heard
Tune in.
yeah we've heard those get a little intense as those schools do not like each other very much.
I would have thought the Seymour and Woodland would have been worse, but I guess not.
I mean, I think it depends on like the kids, right, and who you grew up playing with. Like, because I
Yeah.
know Seymour, Oxford, a lot of their I guess like recreational or younger leagues are you play those kids. Because I know especially for baseball, they have like the Cal Ripken League in Oxford, which is a lot of people are playing that now because you can actually learn to lead and everything at a younger age.
Yeah. Let's see. We have a 2-2 count here with 2 outs. Twos across the board. And here comes the pitch. Ooh, and
Oh,
right in between the pitcher's legs. That'll be a ground ball into center field.
so two on, two outs for Sophia Maillard. Actually, she's got a sister on this team, Victoria, who is on second base right now.
Yes,
So
she is.
she gets a chance to drive her sister in to score the first run of the game.
And she is the fifth batter here. That is out number 3.
So we've played three, no runs, 0-0. Notre Dame's been threatening the past two innings with runners on second and third. However, they haven't been able to find that big hit to break the tie score.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Both these teams are entering this game on a 4-game losing streak. Joel Barlow's last win was April 19th at West Hill, and Notre Dame's last win was April 16th at O'Brien Tech. And Notre Dame's coming off a 12-0 loss at Massac. Joel Barlow is coming off a 14-5 loss at home versus Stratford.
So you played in the NVL. Is there for states and then tournaments for softball? I know for basketball you have to win a certain amount of games and PowerPoints and everything. For these teams that haven't had the great start or the start to the season they were hoping for, is there a chance for them to potentially make the state tournament and then make their SWC conference tournament?
So at Woodland or in the MVL, I guess you could say, we had to have 8 wins to get to state. So I assume it's probably the same thing here, most likely. But yeah, it's 8 wins. So it's not looking too great. But Joe Barlow, I mean, I'm sure they don't have too many games left, though. I'm not sure how many.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, that's the issue with these spring sports is that's gonna be a bunt gone foul. Um, they kind of get the short end of the stick with a lot. shorter of a season
Oh yeah,
because
definitely.
they have to be done by the end of May, pretty much.
Yep.
So it's kind of crazy because we covered basketball from I want to say the end of November till all the way to March, as that'll be fouled off and out of the stadium. So it's kind of crazy. That's about 3 months there. We were doing high school basketball and then softball and baseball. You have a month and a half to play everything.
Yep. And we have the leadoff batter here for Joel Barlow. Her last at bat, she had a strikeout, and she has a 1-2 count here.
You know, what I will say, not to get off topic, is I don't know what is on these chairs here, but I keep breaking out with some sort of rash. I don't know what's going on with their paint. I feel like they
Yeah,
banned lead paint back in the 80s.
I don't know, but I also have a rash on my arm. That's why I put my sweatshirt over
I,
the thing here.
it's on my knee now because my knee's touching the cup holder and like
I don't know what's going on here, but if you ever come to this stadium, make sure you wear a long sleeve shirt and long pants so that you don't get a rash all over your body.
oh, and there's a bee, so hopefully that doesn't come here.
Are you allergic?
I am.
Oh no.
And that's going to miss outside, bringing up a full count here. This is actually the first full count we've seen Revere pitch to. So she also has a sister on the team. I'm just looking at that now.
Yeah, I think there's two two different sets of sisters here. And that is a walk for her.
Now, is there a pitch count in softball, or can you throw as many pitches as you want in a game?
No, you can throw as many pitches as you want.
So hypothetically, she could throw 200 pitches.
Yeah, she could. And that's a bunt here and a pullback. She's looking for the steal.
If you watch their third base coach, are you able to understand any of the signs? Like when they do give signs?
No, I mean all coaches they do their own. They make it up as they go.
Yeah, but I feel like they're all somewhat similar to an extent of what you can do,
I mean,
right?
if I watched her
Like
for a little
a
bit, I
lot of
could.
it is like, like this. It's not like they're gonna bring out props and start like
No, and that is a strike three there on the swing.
I want
We
to
have
say Revere has pitched very well. I think she's got to have at least 5 strikeouts.
ooh, and another strike there. All right, let's see. The coach touched her ear and touched her shoulders. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Oh, maybe a throw back to first base there. She's safe. Here comes the pitch.
Oh, that was
Oh,
yeah, okay.
see, the umpire wanted, he called that before, but now he's not calling it because he didn't want to call it. Would have been strike three.
Maybe it was a little bit low, but that was the exact same outside part of the plate that he's been calling for most of the game.
Oof, and strike three swinging. Second
I
one
need
in
a.
a row.
I wish I could whistle, because then I would do the Yankees thing. Do 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 do. I gotta get it. I gotta get the soundboard figured out for us. I think that would be cool to add.
That would be great. Could play the trumpets.
I can play whatever.
Oh, and this is going to be an error on the third baseman there.
So also another question for you. With the face mask or the face guards on the infielders,
Uh-huh.
do you choose if you wear them or not? Or
So, yes. When I actually played Little League, though, I played Little League in Seymour. They had mandated us to wear them, but in high school, I think like the corners were supposed to, which they are here, but the second baseman is too. But I'm not sure now if it's personal preference or if there is a rule for it. But I mean, if I'm playing third base, you would definitely see me wearing a mask.
And then what's the deal with hats? I see some people have them on, some people don't. Is it not required?
No, personal preference.
Oh, that's interesting to me. Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, in college, if we missed a ball because the sun is in our eyes, our coach forced us to put a hat on or sunglasses. So maybe that's the situation here. And a swing and a miss for strike three.
So Revere pitching a great one
Definitely, she
for
has
perhaps six.
one, two, at least eight.
8 strikeouts. Well, that's two in an inning so far as they're through four. They're coming up to bat in the bottom half of the fourth
No,
inning here.
nine. I'm
Nine.
sorry, nine.
It's still about two an inning. So
Yeah, I mean, she's throwing a great game. I can definitely see why she's going to play at the next level.
I will say that was the only inning I think that they really got a runner to second base and potentially could score a run, Barlow. Um, on the other side, Notre Dame hasn't been able to capitalize in the past two innings. They had runners on second and then a runner on third in that second inning. So I mean, I have a feeling whoever strikes first will probably end up winning the game with the way the pitching has been and the defense has been.
I agree.
So
But Notre Dame, if they get a little more power behind the ball, they'll definitely score some runs.
I will say, I think Sophia Maillard has the power to get it out here. She had a deep fly ball to the warning track in that uh, bottom half of the third inning.
Hmm. And here we are with number 8. Molly is up to bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And she will take a look at strike one.
That was the same one he called the ball last inning.
Yeah, he's not very consistent back there. Mm, ball a little bit upstairs.
That'll
Oh,
be
that'll be a fly out to center field.
so another pitcher versus pitcher matchup here.
Mackenzie did strike out her last at bat, so let's see what she does this time. That'll be a ball.
So in softball, do they also play seven like baseball at the high school level?
Yes. Yeah, you always play 7 in softball.
Oh, even in college?
Yes. Ooh. And see if she could beat it out. Oh, she actually didn't even finish running down the line. That's not a great look there.
Well, she has 9 strikeouts, so
It's true. I guess you could do whatever you want when you have 9 strikeouts. I know I would be.
let it slide. Good pitch.
Another low outside pitch there.
I will say, if they can get one in between any of the outfielders, there's a lot of space in between them. They can find the gaps out there.
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
And
come on.
foul back for strike one.
I want
Oh no,
to
strike two.
I want one to come back up here so we can make a play. Always staying ready in the Project Purple Sports booth.
Always. And that one is going to roll in.
We'll say there is a lot of activity on Sacred Hearts campus. A lot of activity. Oh, come on. Ah, I was almost there.
Oh, looks like it was coming right for me.
If it just got over, it would have been right back to us.
And she has a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And she is going to walk. So we have 2 outs here. We have the DP up, number 23. And that'll be a swing and a miss on the first pitch.
Looked like a change up there.
You think?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
It was slow. It broke low.
And that'll be upstairs there for ball 1.
It's gonna be ripped right to the second baseman. Make easy work of that pitch. So that'll end the bottom of the fourth. We played 4, no runs. Very few hits. It's been a pitcher's duel so far. So we'll see if any of these teams can get the bats going. We'll say Notre Dame has had the bats going a little bit more than Barlow has, but they just haven't been able to capitalize. Revere has been pitching a gem so far for Notre Dame. As we said, she has 9 strikeouts. And she could be at this pace, right? Let's see, 9, about 2 an inning, 3 more innings. She could be at 15 strikeouts by the end of the game.
I think she could do it. I have faith in her.
What's with her current run rate for strikeouts over the first 4? So we're waiting for Barlow to come out of the dugout right now.
A little slow to get up there. We have number 2, Peters, up to bat. And she struck out the last time she was up. She will swing and miss at the first pitch. And swing and a miss again for strike 2 here on Peters.
Revere is dialed in.
Yeah, she is. She is locked in. Oh, and she definitely could have made that catch. A little slide. Be
Stepping
right
it down.
there. So we have an 0-2 count here on Peters.
And what I will say about Notre Dame's outfield is they actually shift depending on the batter. So it makes sense, obviously, right-handed batter. I mean, with the way she's been swinging, you're expecting her to push it that way. There'll be another foul ball right off the back of the backstop. But I will say, if she can get one early enough, and drop one down the third base line. I mean, there's a lot of space there.
Yeah, even the first base line, too. That'll be a ball. First ball. 1-2 count here for Peters.
Oh, she's going to get a hold of one. First baseman's going to try to range over there.
Foul.
Yeah, I don't think she made. Well, maybe. No, she didn't. I lost track of it with the dugout over there. Looked like it hit off her glove.
We still have a 1-2 count here.
Oh,
And that will be a ball.
this is the first pitch that she really looked like she lost control of her veer.
Yeah, she hasn't really had too many of those today.
Now her command has been very solid through the first four.
And that will be a ball. She didn't really know what to do with that one inside pitch she got, so we'll see if she could throw her another one that's inside. Oh, she was looking for that outside corner that he's been given every now and then.
Yeah. Well, that's I think the first runner on Barlow has had with no outs through four.
Yeah, I think so too. Her bunt, and that one's gonna drop right in front of the catcher, so nowhere for Peters to go on that ball.
I wonder if fatigue is starting to be an issue here for Revere.
It could be. I mean, it's definitely hot.
And I'm not sure if that's gonna. Oh, come on. Almost make its way up here. I mean, she probably pitches every day for Notre Dame. They did have a game on Monday, so it's 2 days of rest. Um,
See, third base is way in here, looking for that bunt. Ooh, that was a nice bunt, but she was right there to field it.
well, that was a. I like it. You know, advance the runner to second. Now you get two tries to bring her in.
Here we have number 10, Esposito. And swing and a miss for the first pitch there.
Do they have torpedo bats in softball?
What's a torpedo bat?
And so in baseball, they have bats that are they move where the barrel is. That's a strike there for Revere. So they move it to a lower part of the bat and they adjust it to how they hit her, where he tends to hit the ball the most. So right, if you're hitting it on the inside or the lower third of the bat, they'll move the barrel down there.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
It's another strike, and that'll be two
Another
away.
another strikeout for Mackenzie.
Makes
She's
it,
throwing a great game.
yeah, unofficially. With our book, she has 10 strikeouts.
And a nice first pitch strike there.
I feel like they're shifting reverse, wouldn't you, if you have a lefty up, right? Wouldn't you want to have your right fielder more on that first base line?
Yeah, but it looks like she's throwing to the outside corner.
I wonder if that's got to be a strategy because I don't know. Like, I feel like I know you had an issue as a lefty to cover that outside part of the plate, but I just feel like it's a lot harder when the ball's running in on your hands to get the barrel through the bat.
I mean, in softball, pitchers usually pitch lefties outside. Just because if you're turning on the ball, you're probably going to have more power.
I know. I mean, it's what's confusing me is she'll go inside there, miss low.
Oh, and that went right in the gap. And Joel Barlow, she's coming home, and she's safe. This runner is advancing to second, and she's going to stay right over there on second base. And Joel Barlow is the first team on the board today.
I mean, I guess I don't know what I'm talking about because that would have just been went through even easier if they weren't shifted over that way. But
We are back at the top of the lineup here with number 3, Ross, up to bat. She had a walk last time she was up.
we do know Barlow can score. They have in their wins so far this year. They put up some 17, 13 run games.
Ooh, that was a nice pitch if he wanted to call on the outside corner, but he didn't want to give it to her. We have a 3-1 count here. Looks like our scoreboard is incorrect.
Yeah, they have the runs down as there will be a strike, but they don't have. Well, actually, now they adjusted it to a full count. So full count, 2 outs, runner on second for Barlow,
And that one is going to head out of the stadium.
but foul.
Yeah, foul. Not fair. Ooh, and that will be strike 3 for Mackenzie.
So we'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Barlow strikes first in that top half.
And we are starting off with the top of the lineup for Notre Dame in the bottom of the 5th.
And Notre Dame's gonna need to get. Well, they'll have 3 more at bats to do so, but you wouldn't want to wait to that last inning to try to score some runs.
God, my arm is ruined.
I know. At least we're getting a little bit of a breeze now
That is true.
to help with some of the heat.
Here comes the first pitch, and that is going to be a strike. That low outside corner that the umpire is loving and hating. Strike 2, just about the same spot.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Looks like the batter's asking the umpire about it. No response. And there she goes. And that'll be out number 1 for the Lancers. And now we have number 1, Victoria.
He grounded
And that
right back to the pitcher.
chopped that